think the Hilltop briefing says we don't have debt cap to 2024, about $2 million or something.
I believe so. I'd have to go back and look at that.
And
certainly.
so the idea of executing a bond in the next 12 to 24 months is not very probable.
Based on that, yes.
Yes. Okay. So, folks, what do you want to do? Do you want to replace the old portables? Do you want to go new, replace the old portables, or old replace the portables, or table it, or what do you want to do? I want to hear it. Chandrika, what do you want to do?
See, I think from the council today, this is a priority for all of us. It comes out. How about we give the financing portion a priority for the next 3 months? As Tim said, that we can get used portables very quickly. If in the next 3 months when we've given this the full priority, not able to see any light in that, we can go and order the used portables, because I am with all of you here. If it becomes a security issue for our kids, we should replace them. But let's give a fair chance to the financing portion for the next few months as a priority of this council. If not, why don't we look at the used portable option? That's my suggestion.
So Mr. Mayor, I would ask that we table this for a couple of weeks. I'd like to understand this Brody module a little better and see if we can get a more permanent solution for the older. And I know there's a financing gap in there. Do we talk to the foundation and make a strong push to try to do this? But I just, look, I'm like what Chandrika said. Look, if there's a safety issue and all that we've been dealing with, I know, for years, but I do want a more permanent solution. And I also want to go out and I want to make sure I know Dr. Wilson's standpoint, his staff. I'd like to talk to some residents. I want to make sure the decision we made, we have some foundation behind that it's directionally correct.
Okay. David?
Yeah, I think I would definitely stress the urgency of trying to get something done. I think we all understand the current situation we're in, but I think this is a big decision, and I want to make sure we get it right. I don't think we need to take a long time to kind of plow through all of the options available to us, but I do think, if we could reconvene as early on as possible in the new year, and I think by then if we could look at our debt capacity, sharpen pencils on the timing and pricing for what our options are here, soliciting additional feedback either from Brody or similar, prefab, longer term, more premium products. I think if we can sit with as much information as possible to kind of weigh up our options, I think it's important we make a decision, because I think, it's too easy to do nothing. I think this is what previous councils have done. But I don't think we need to take very long to bring this together.
The 30th of January?
Or earlier, if you'd like.
Earlier.
Yeah, give us a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I agree with everything everyone said. This might be the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
So I agree. January 30th is way too long. I think we need to do it quicker. I just feel like we're rushed and we got a gun to our head on this decision. I 100% agree with the child safety thing. Something bad happened and we didn't do that. But I also think portable for portable is kind of bad. But we haven't looked at the new building and, what if we could get a corporate sponsor to donate money? What if we rally the corporate sponsors to try to donate money? We haven't exhausted that. So I definitely think it's too big of a decision to make tonight. And I do not want to kick the can to the January 30th. I don't want to kick the can 3 months. I want to get it done first part of January.
Okay.
Awesome.
Anna?
Well, I'm really pleased with the conversation we've had today, because I agree it's a huge, huge stressor for all of us, and safety for the kids is number one. But I would like to meet January 2nd or January 9th to reconvene to discuss this further, because I want to have a more holistic plan to present to residents in this town and parents at the school before we purchase any one item, and get more data on that.
Okay, so I think the consensus tonight is to table it. I'll recall another meeting. I'll work with the town secretary to look at this, and I'll talk to Troy to see what data gaps and pieces we need to do, and we'll come back and send an email out to council about what needs to get done.
Thank you.
All right.
And Troy,
So, Mayor, Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I know you've been yanked around over the years on this. I do apologize, but we will get a decision here
Right.
very shortly.
Yes. Right.
We just, I think we're all saying, we just want a little more information,
Sure.
look at all the options, but thank you for all the work that you've done.
No problem, I
on this.
appreciate that. So just a couple clarification points. So what you're asking the staff to come up with in early January is to look at what our bond capacity is from a long-term perspective. Also, we're looking to get feedback from current staff and parents if this is something that they want as well. Am I hearing that, or?
I don't know if you can do
or
that
Kim,
within
were
2
you-
weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
Were
I
you
like to
thinking-
get, like, look, democracy, right? I'd like to hear what some of the parents have to say. We got a lot of parents on the council here, but I'd love to hear what the parents and the staff has to say, and we can do that either formally or informally.
I mean, we can make it in tangent too with the cell phone tower issue
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that's a
We're
good
already reaching out to people,
That's a
say,
good
what do you
Well,
think?
Dr.
You
Wilson
know?
has those wonderful surveys. Can we send those out to parents and also town residents through Westlake Wire and do a survey that
But
way?
I also think that if we convene and kind of go, all right, here's our debt capacity, here's what we could do, and actually give them packages going, hey, would you prefer to see this, versus, an essay of what you'd like to see.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think we got to clean it up either,
Yeah.
on our next meeting, and then give them something digestible
Right.
to pick and give feedback.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, but I think if we can make it as comprehensive, you talk about debt capacity, but also what's our cash on hand available for these opportunities? I know we talked about the arts and science, we talked about the 3-story expansion. I think just a really concise recap of exactly what the landscape looks for us, and then just getting the Brody product or other similar type products, the portable products, just so it's all in one place, and I think we can then.
I just wanted to get some more thing on the Brody product. I'm not very familiar because in the packet that you gave us, there is no Brody product in there, correct?
Because we just had the meeting on Friday.
Okay, so can you give the council little more information on that?
Yes.
And was that also through a bid process that we received it, or what,
You
what was
would-
that?
They haven't given me feedback. I do not think they're part of any purchasing co-op, such as buy board, that's everything. So as a new construction project, it would more than likely have to go through a bid process.
So
as well,
would you
just do
then
it-
give us bids, get us some bids of that kind of product? Because what I'm understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's a different product to this, right?
Yes, correct.
So then, can you get us some bids on that particular kind of product?
There's also very few vendors. I mean, think like Tesla factory of house. I mean, it's kind
So-
of new technology.
So would you get the bids by mid-January? Probably not. Unless Brody comes up with those. I mean, they could fine tune that number for us, but the whole bid process is 6 to 8 weeks because we got to post it. It's got to go out for 2 weeks. You got to create the drawings. There's renderings. There's specs. All that has to be done if you want a formal bid
But if
on
we-
that type
So
of.
can we even
mo-
go with them then? Because what I'm understanding is it has to be either through a bid process or through the co-op.
Correct.
So,
But why don't, between now and our next meeting, sharpen up the numbers around the Brody product, and then if that's the direction we decide to go, then we go through the bid process and then
that's fair
expand.
enough.
I
Yeah.
want to do it right, fast,
Right.
right.
But at least they can bring
They're all
that product
self-imposed deadlines.
for decision.
Yes, give them a little bit more time to vet the
Yeah.
scope of work and the programming of those buildings.
Yeah.
Yes.
till then, can you share whatever information you have on the Brody product with, because I personally don't know anything about it yet.
Yes, we can get you there, where I can have them send me some additional information. And,
Great.
I mean, what you have and what you received today is what I have.
Oh, okay.
All right. Nothing else? So this is tabled. I'll call a meeting for it, and I'll send the email out, and I'll just town
Thank you,
secretary do
Mayor.
it.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. That's the last item on our public session. It's time for executive session now. I thank you all. Let's go to executive session at 5:48.
Thank you. Thank you all.
What?